doing. That shit should have been done fucking a month ago.
Ooh.
I don't understand what the fuck you're doing.
Shit's getting spicy over here on the Backyard Blitz. I fuck with that. But you know, there's some good takeaways from that. And I do think that Haskins is finally getting the opportunity. All right, fair enough. I also think that I'm also trying to get the live stream up on YouTube, and it just started randomly.
Just popped.
And so
I saw that pop.
I was like, oh, the fucking gears in my brain just started like grinding and smoking, like can't compute. So, anyways, all right, here we go. Anyways, so yeah, no, I like
over to Facebook and share this shit.
I know I'm about to. I'm trying to get there. So, let's see. So Backyard Sports, Backyard Blitz, here we are. Live streaming, finally, and it's about halfway through the episode. The other thing I was going to say is that it's good to see that Haskins is doing something, but I was going to ask you about Alex Smith. So as far as next season, with that type of injury, what is that looking like for him?
For who? Sorry, say that again.
Alex Smith, what is that looking like for him?
I think this weekend was a little bit telling. And it got my gears turning about Urban Meyer. I talked about him a little earlier. I think Alex Smith is going to be released to save cap money. And then
smart move.
Yeah, I mean, financially, business-wise, is a smart move. Plus, he's going to be taken care of with medical insurance for the rest of his life because it happened in a football game, that sort of thing. So the smart move for the Redskins is to release him, save the cap money. It's like 20, I think, or something that will save $1 million in cap space. And I think he's going to move into a front office position, maybe like director of player personnel, something like that. And that's why I think Urban's going to be potentially be in the front office as like president of operations, because he and Herb have a really close relationship. As I talked before, Urban coached him at Utah and coached him to, the number 1 overall pick ahead of Aaron Rodgers, but that's for another day. I think that's what the future holds for Alex Smith. I don't think he plays ever again. That is even with modern medicine, that is a horrific injury. And he had something like 16 surgeries and some infections and like it. I don't see him. I don't see him ever playing again.
So you're saying never again?
I don't think so.
Wow. That's a fucking bold thing to say, man, because I don't know.
I don't think he comes back from that. Like that.
Okay, so what happened to Joe when he went through it?
He retired.
No. And there's evidence to support it right there.
His leg's actually a few inches shorter on one side than the other two. They had to like remove bone because his leg was.
I'll be honest though, that
he almost lost a leg. Alex almost lost a leg. Like they literally almost had to amputate.
That shit gave me nightmares.
Oh yeah, hell no. I don't want to be associated with that machine he had on his leg, the stabulator. That's like a Russian experimental device. And them fuckers are ruthless with shit. I can't imagine what that was. And it was meant to keep the whole joint still so that all the like shards of bone could heal. That's how fucking demolished his leg was. It's a horrific injury. I don't think he comes back. I just don't. And I think he's destined for the front office because he's a likable guy. He's a smart guy, intellectual. And I think it would be a good pairing if Urban. I mean, it might be the smartest move Dan Snyder ever makes. Put Urban Meyer and Alex Smith in charge of the front office, and maybe some good things will happen. I think Urb's a great talent evaluator, so I think it could work.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to it.
I don't like the guy, but I think he's a good talent evaluator.
Yeah, no, he's a fuckbag for sure. Look, I don't give a shit who becomes the coach of the Dallas Cowboys. I just need it to not be Jason Garrett.
Yeah, I not to foreshadow too much, but I think you're gonna get your wish.
Oh, I'm confident. I mean, I think even if we win the division, just shy of a Super Bowl ring, it's not happening. So, and we've seen Jerry Jones before get a Super Bowl ring and still fire the fucking coach. So,
but Jason Garrett isn't threatening his power.
Yeah, it's true. Jason Garrett. It might be.
He's threatening his clapping crown.
It's a process. It's a process. Look, all I'm saying is this. Jason Garrett needs to go. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I am tired of having the yes man of the millennium fucking coach my football team. I don't like it. Not a fan. Never been a fan.
That's what Jerry wants, though.
Yeah, that's what he needs, unfortunately. So, next, let's see what else we got going on here. Let's go. We still have more football to talk about from last week. Browns Cardinals. Browns don't pull it off. 38-24.
Nothing to see here.
Yeah, let's move on. Jaguars Raiders. Gardner Minshew gives the Raiders an L in their last game in their stadium. The Raiders the fans boo them out of the field.
I'm gonna explode on officials for about 20 seconds.
All right, the gentleman has 20 seconds. Sorry, I've been watching the impeachment hearings.
How in the fuck do you stop the clock when Derek Carr slides 4 goddamn yards in bounds? They stop the clock, cost the Raiders essentially the ability to run the clock out. They stopped the clock on the plus side of the 2-minute warning, and then the clock stopped again at the 2-minute warning. The Jaguars had a couple timeouts. It was absolutely atrocious. The incompetence of NFL officials is unfucking paralleled. It's so bad. So bad. Derek Carr's 4 yards in bounds. They fucking stopped the clock as if he went out of bounds on a slide. He gave himself up. Fuck, man.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. The question is anything going to be done about it? And I think the answer, I'll tell you in Spanish, no. So there's just no fucking light at the end of that tunnel.
You did there.
Yeah, you like that shit? Because I like that shit. So I mean, fuck's sake, man.
Why is that so funny to me?
I don't know. That's like my own little personal dad joke. I've said that for a long time. Good. Yeah. Rams Cowboys 44-21. They get fucking dusted. Like, and I know that there was some. I'm gonna roll my eyes here, real heavy. I know that there was some officialing that went in a certain favor. But we elected to kick in both halves.
It still got the fucking ball in the second half. What the fuck is the NFL doing? How do you do that? He said, kick, we want to play defense, and then said, oh, yeah, we want to defer. No, you fucked up 3 times. You don't get the fucking ball in the second half. How do you interfere in a game like that? And then you announce it like 2 minutes before the half, as if Sean McVay isn't thinking, hey, I'm getting the ball in the second half. This is my strategy to close the half. Fuck you, NFL.
Seems to me like you're being a
bullshit, dude.
Hey. All right. Rein it back in.
All right.
You don't go full R word. Okay. Jesus, man. It's violent for a second. I was in fear for my life there for a second. All right. So we got it. Referees. Fucking
on top of all the fucking ridiculous calls in game.
I mean, look, you're right. The Cowboys got fucked on a lot of calls.
Yeah, they got fucking totally fucked. I got my brother over there trying to fucking troll me and get me going.
Stirring the pot.
I missed the personal foul. They missed this. They missed that. Like, come on, man. The interception that Dak threw in the first half, for them to call pass interference on the defense like that is just absolutely inexcusable. Tavon Austin fell. He fucking tripped on his own feet.
But why did he fall? Why did he trip on his own feet?
Klutz.
No, it's because the Rams defender, and I don't remember who it was fucking in his bubble. It was in his bubble.
I know what you're doing, sir. It ain't gonna work.
Yeah. You say that as you fucking chug the rest of that beer to keep from yelling at an inanimate object. Okay, let's fucking The Falcons are dream killers once again.
Bro,
And
the Falcons are suddenly the second best team in the league.
Dude, they've taken who have they taken down? They've taken down the Saints and the fucking Niners.
Since being eliminated from the playoffs, they've beaten the Saints and the Niners.
Matty Ice.
They're suddenly the second best team in football.
Matty Ice has fucking Matty Ice in his veins.
Natty Ice in his veins.
Love it. Love it. So now,
oh man,
the teams that have taken down the 49ers, the Falcons, the Seahawks, and the Ravens. So the 49ers have a problem with birds.
It is, yeah.
I don't know if the 49ers have played the Eagles.
They don't like birds.
They don't like birds.
They better hope they don't see the Eagles in the playoffs.
But yeah, dude, it'd be a wrap, dude. They don't do well against waterfowl. What the fuck, man? I don't understand. The Falcons?
That is a good point. They have lots of 3 birds. I didn't really think about that.
Fucking birds?
Is a Seahawk actually a bird, though? Isn't that like a made-up name?
I don't know. It's the name of a helicopter.
The logo's a bird, so.
Yeah, whatever.
It is the name of a helicopter.
I think the bird can identify as a Seahawk because that's pretty positive and common up there in the Seattle Northwest area.
Non-binary birds.
Non-binary, gender fluid. I identify as a robot.
Species fluid birds.
Dude, I could never live up there. You know, fucking, yeah. I have identity issues. All right. So with that being said, I need to get the fuck away from this conversation. Vikings, Chargers.
Lightly, my friend.
Vikings, Chargers. The Vikings defense puts in some fucking work. Fucking work. Touchdown, multiple interceptions, fumble recoveries. Just
finally.
Handing out some fucking points.
Yep.
My fantasy league. My fantasy league and the consolation bracket look good this week.
I only have one comment about the Vikings.
Go on.
The fact that Kirk Cousins was snubbed from the Pro Bowl is a fucking tragedy. The dude is killing it. And he's been missing his number 1 receiver for half the season. Get the fuck out.
I'm trying to understand the logic behind it.
Yeah. It's a popularity contest. That's why Aaron Rodgers made the Pro Bowl. He hasn't had a great season, but he's Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers. And the final game last week, Colts Saints. So Colts Saints. We got some breeze action. Little nice little friendly competition approaching the postseason between Mr. Drew Brees and Mr. Tom Brady, both within, I believe, 2 touchdowns right now of each other, breaking each other's records. They just Drew just this last weekend. Oh, Breezy boy. Surpassed Peyton Manning on the all-time touchdowns list. He is now the NFL leader in yardage as well as touchdowns, correct?
Yes, he's the yep, both of them.
The big dick on campus.
So he's the only quarterback ever to lead the league in total yards, total touchdowns, and completion percentage because he's number 1 all time in completion percentage.
Boom.
Filthy.
Hey, the man is all fucking time. And so Tom Brady, who could very well either tie or beat it this weekend, could, in theory. He's only 2 touchdowns back.
But Drew also has a game this weekend.
There you go. So with that being said, this is what I was going to bring up, and I posted something about it. Someone was very quick to try to check
Hold
me.
on.
And
I think I'm going to talk about the same guy. Let's do this.
Excellent.
Go ahead.
So here's what we're going to talk about. I'm going to go on a very quick little rant about, you know what, speaker, I'm requesting 20 seconds. So, gentleman's requesting 20 seconds and go. So here's what we're talking about. The offensive PI on the call that Breeze's touchdown record would have been achieved. We're talking about the most bullshit offensive PI possible. The refs are they're at a point where I feel like they have fucking vanity issues where they need to be involved. They insert themselves at the most fucking not only inopportune but bullshit times. I don't understand it. And now Drew Brees, who is in tears, getting this game ball that he thinks is historical as he surpasses Peyton Manning and becomes the dude. All of a sudden, it's getting called back because, it's not about you. It's about us, the zebras, the ones that, this is our part-time job on top of, fucking Plumbers Union Local 410 out in Philly.
Yeah, Dude. It's a joke, man. It's a joke. I was pissed in the moment. I'm still pretty pissed about it. They're celebrating on the field because it wasn't OPI. Like, nobody suspected that flag to be on Traquan Smith. And then yet it fucking was. Like, what are you doing? Like, they have no perception of the fact that NFL history is happening on that play. That was the touchdown to pass Peyton Manning. And you had to be such a fucking cock-smoking fool that you had to throw a flag to usurp the celebration? Fuck all the way off. Because I'm going to harken back to a baseball game to kind of equate it. Armando Galarraga has retired 26 batters in a row to start a game. 26 up, 26 down. Last batter of the game, should have been the last batter of the game, hits a ground ball to the first baseman. Baseman flips it to Galarraga. Galarraga beats the runner to the bag by a full motherfucking step.
By a mile.
The ump calls the fucking guy safe. If he fucking tied him, you call him out because it's a goddamn perfect game. Understanding the moment is a big part of fucking understanding the joy and beauty of sports. Mm-hmm. Those refs knew going into that game, Brees needed X number of touchdowns to pass Peyton Manning. And he was one shy of said X number of touchdown passes on that play. You don't fucking throw that flag if it's close, let alone if it's bullshit. Traquan Smith in the world of sports would have had to tackle the fucking defender for you to throw that flag, yet you still fucked it up. I'm with you 100%. Fuck those refs.
So I got a little distracted halfway through your shit, and that's because we got a comment in. I got a Snapchat from a former guy on our boat, Mr. Matthew Mutterman. He says, and I quote, he says, Gary is mad just because he's on Cousins' dick because he used to play for the Redskins.
No.
See,
because he's a good quarterback, Mud.
Because he's a good quarterback,
Mud.
He says because he's a good quarterback.
Because he's a good quarterback.
Maybe
I like the guy, not just
get on YouTube Live
and
fucking say something instead of being a little bitch and Snapchatting me. Okay.
Yeah, right.
All right. Come walk into the fucking Lion's Den.
I just shared it on my Facebook page, Mud. You can comment there.
Well, he's watching it if he's talking about something we're talking about.
Exactly.
So, anyways, who's fucking guy? Love you, Mud. So, anyways, with that being said, let's move into our salute to service, and then we will rapid fire through next week's games. Okay, so our salute to service is going to go to somebody special who unfortunately we lost this week. William F. Bundy, a longtime Naval War College professor. He was the first African-American to rise from the U.S. Navy's enlisted ranks to take command of a submarine. It's a big deal. He was the former director of the Rhode Island Department of Transportation, and he passed away of a heart attack on Sunday. He's been quoted as to have mentored many to success, particularly those in the African-American community. It's rare that a military officer is so intimately linked to community as Dr. Bundy was. He started out as an enlisted sailor with sonar expertise. He served on a submarine in the depths of the Cold War between the U.S. and Soviet Union, served as an assistant weapons officer at the USS Sam Houston, as the submarine carried out patrols to deter the Soviets, according to thehistorymakers.org. So long line of naval service. But for those of you guys who aren't aware, the jump from the enlisted ranks to officer is not an easy one. Many people try every single year. They're what we call Mustangs. They try every year. Most, in fact, get denied. But to make history, being the first African American to do so, we salute you.
I want to say
Mr.
something real
Bundy.
quick before we finish this toast. I had the pleasure of serving with Dr. Bundy at the War College, and every interaction I had with him was a pleasure. He was absolutely everything that everything that you said. He was a great man, great conversation, and always made time for people. So, to
Dr.
you,
Bundy.
Dr. Bundy,
Thank you, and we have the watch. Rest easy. Damn shame. But it's pretty incredible to be a part of history like that, you know.
Yeah, sure.
And that's difficult. I mean, I really contemplated the idea of putting in my officer packages many times, but I think I got to a point where I was maybe a little too afraid of failure to actually do it. So, and it's not easy. Oh, let's see. Mr. Mutterman has replied. He said, "Not saying Cousins is bad, just saying he isn't Pro Bowl material this year."
Ooh.
All right. All I'm saying is hop on the live and say something.
Here's the problem that everybody has when they talk about Kirk Cousins. They have this perception of the guy as if he's like some mediocre fucking quarterback. Go look at his goddamn stats. The dude threw for 5,000 yards in Washington with a fucking JV high school roster. Get the fuck out of here. We had 27 different combinations of starting offensive linemen in his last season in Washington. He still threw for 4K and like 25 touchdowns. Fuck out of here with that not Pro Bowl material mud. At me, bro.
At him. Fuck yeah. That's what I like to hear.
I don't know why Cousins has this like stigma that he's a bad quarterback. The dude's a stud.
Listen, hey, I just turned the mute off on the live so I could see how far the lag is. We're about 10, 15 seconds behind now. So we're pretty solid. I'm curious to see if anybody, it looks like we got some people watching now. So anyways,
good.
So while we're doing so, we're now looking at week 16 coming up. And it's going to start. Let's see. Wow. This is all fucked up. Okay. Starts Saturday. Am I understanding that correctly? There's not a Thursday night game?
16, week 16, week 17, there's no Thursday. There's Saturday and Sunday.
Understood.
Yep.
So Thursday night game is going to start, or I'm sorry, the Saturday night game is going to start 3 games. And first at 12 p.m. Central, 1 o'clock Eastern, Texans and Buccaneers. This is going to be a fucking shootout. There's going to be interceptions and crab legs fucking everywhere. And they will be playing this, I believe, in Tampa. Yep, in Tampa.
Yep.
So there will definitely be crab legs on site. That's going to be an interesting game. That's going to be, I don't know who I see winning that.
It's going to be a shootout, I think.
After that game against the Broncos, I have zero faith in Houston now. Tampa could very well win that. And it's going to be a
shootout.
Yeah.
I think it'll be fun to watch.
Here we go. Hickmo WV says calling Bucks win. All right. Calling Bucks win.
Right.
Okay, that's fair.
I believe that's Josh Hickman. I served with him at War College. He's from West Virginia, so I'm trying to do some analytical here. But
William Carpenter says crab cakes and football. That's what Maryland does.
We said crab legs, Billy.
Crab
legs.
Yeah, not. Why is your name William? This is Billy, right? Billy.
It's Billy. It's Billy. It's Billy Ho.
William.
He's all formal and shit.
I don't want to hear your government name. Get the fuck
like
out of here.
He's putting his resume on YouTube.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh God. All right, Hickmo. I'm with you. Actually, I'll take those odds, Hickmo. I'm with that. Bucks are gonna win this weekend, and it's no disrespect to the Texans. Yes, I'm a Cowboys fan, but I do fuck with the Texans. Billy Carpenter says you'll have to tune in for the live stream for that. Bills Patriots. I'm going to go on record and say this right now. And I said this in the Rise Up Sports podcast that I watch all the time. And I watch them
Are we
live
about
on
to become
Facebook.
best friends?
The Bills are winning.
Yeah.
The Bills are winning.
Yeah.
And fucking at me all you want. The Bills will beat the Patriots. They are going to be, let's see, they will be at
In New England.
Foxborough. They will be in Foxborough. They are going to be.
They're going to put themselves in position to win the division in Foxborough. In Foxborough. I'm with you. I'm with you 100%. I think they're going to run the ball down the Patriots' throat. The Patriots' defense has been great all year, but they've been exposed a bit against the run.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that Bills offense, Josh Allen's going to run a little bit on them. I think fucking Singletary's going to get off. I think they're going to beat them. I think that Bills defense is good enough. The Patriots don't have enough weapons on offense. I'm with you. I'm taking the Bills. I'm taking the Bills. I think the Bills were the first team this season to show there's a formula to beat the Patriots right now, and they can do it. And I think that they've got the confidence to go into Foxborough, and I think they're going to win that game.
Hickmo, again, man after my own heart.
Yes.
Billy Carpenter also agrees. There
Get
we go.
some.
So it's unanimous at this point.
All right.
Let's see. Matthew Mutterman saying, I got Cousins on my fantasy team, but there are a few others I'd rather have. I'm with you. I got Cousins on my fantasy team too.
Sure. There's like 2 or 3 guys you'd rather have than fantasy. Sure.
It's the other guys, that are in the fucking Pro Bowl. So,
no. Rodgers is not a viable fantasy option right now.
Rodgers, really?
Nah.
Fair.
Not over Cousins.
I don't know. Winston's pretty fucking good if you can get past all the interceptions.
Yeah. Famous Jameis. He'll throw 5 interceptions. As Flint says, he'll throw 5 interceptions and score you 40 points. He'll throw 5 interceptions and win you a fantasy league.
That's right. Billy Carpenter, I'm not calling you William. I've never once called you Williams. I did this on accident. I'm not going to do it. Says, agreed. Allen is one of the best backs in the league. Backs was is in quotes.
I like what he did there. I see what you did, Billy, and I fully endorse it.
Fuck yeah, you got the endorsement.
He's fucking athletic. He's big. He's not scared to take on defenders. I'm with Billy on that.
Okay, so here we go. Mutterman says Lamar, duh. Breeze, duh. Winston, Rodgers, Wilson, Josh Allen, and that's just off the top of my head.
Josh Allen. No, Josh Allen's not a viable fantasy quarterback.
I don't know. He puts up numbers, dude.
He gets running yards. He gets rushing yards, and unless he gets in the end zone, it's really. Cousins outscores him. Rodgers is not a better fantasy quarterback than Cousins.
I don't know that
this year. I'm not talking about reputation. This year, Cousins is the top 4 or 5. He's in the top 5 fantasy quarterbacks. I'll give you Winston because he just throws it all over the park. I'll give you Wilson. I'll give you Jackson. I'll probably give you Mahomes, but then I'm probably going to be between Deshaun Watson and Kirk Cousins at number 5.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm going to pull up the fantasy app.
Okay, so I don't know why Mutterman is Snapchatting me instead of just fucking getting on the comment section.
Because he can't figure it out.
My guy.
Because he fucking Bozemate.
Easy. Hey, listen, don't you fucking disrespect. Don't you disrespect.
I went there.
Billy, you better fucking stop your boy here. You better stop your boy here. He's going to fuck around and catch this work. Packers more run heavy, so A-Rod numbers down this year. Hickmo said that. And so Matthew says,
I don't disagree. That's a part of what makes Rodgers a less viable candidate. I'm with Hickmo there.
So Matthew says, not talking fantasy, I'm talking Pro Bowl.
What is the Pro Bowl though? The Pro Bowl is the most prolific players in the season this year.
The most prolific. Okay. I'm assuming at this point that Mutterman is watching and just commenting via Snapchat, but I mean, whatever, however you need to get a hold of us. But I mean, you could fucking join the crowd. Billy Carpenter says, nope, shots fired. It's what we do best. All right, that's fine. I'll take those shots across the bow. That's fine. I can handle my own. At the end of the day, combat systems could never handle an ops birthing brawl. Never could. Never could. That's facts.
That's probably true. Cousins had his worst fantasy day last week and dropped pretty heavy in rankings. So
yeah,
lay my ass. But if he'd had an average week for him, he'd still be in the top 5. He's like 10th, but it's by like 9 points.
It sounds like Mr. Motorman is in dad mode. He said he's got a 2 and a 1-year-old climbing on him. Well, hopefully they're yours. Otherwise, it just becomes weird.
Yeah, that'd be really weird. Unsurprising, right. But weird.
Yeah. I don't even think it'd be the weirdest thing he's ever done.
No, not even close.
Rams 49ers. I'm kind of curious to see how they come. So the Rams are coming off of an ass beating, as are the Niners. Not an ass beating. Niners, not so much. They lost. They lost by a possession. So Niners, Rams, and this is going to be at Levi Stadium. So I am curious.
I think the Rams are motivated to take down the Niners. I just don't think they have enough. I've got the Niners winning. I think it's going to be a scary game for the Niners. I think the Rams will push them, but I think the Niners find enough to get it done. I think the Cowboys last week exposed the Rams a bit with the run, and that's what the Niners do the best.
Yeah.
And then run the play action off it. And Jimmy G is one of the best play action quarterbacks in the league, and play action is something that protects a quarterback. I got the Niners. I think it's going to be a close game though.
I don't think you can really disagree with that. Let's see. Hickmo says biased. Niners
He's a fucking
win.
Niners fan.
Well,
he's a fucking Niners fan, but at least he admits it.
Hickmo, I fuck with you not because you're a Niners fan, because I don't fuck with that at all. But you're right, so I fuck with that. Billy Carpenter, I want to say the Rams, but they're either a big hit or a big miss this season. They are a roller coaster team. True. 100% true. We just watched it happen last weekend.
They are a roller coaster
Dallas,
team.
under no circumstances, should not have put a beat down like they did on the
Dallas is a much better team at home, and we're going to talk about that game later. But
which is odd because a couple years ago that wasn't the case.
Were awful. They were 8-0 on the road and like
undefeated on the road.
6 at home.
Fucking unreal. God, I hate being a Cowboys fan. It fucking hurts. It hurts. Anyways, let's move on before I have fucking aneurysm. Lions, Broncos, fucking snooze fest.
Yeah, I don't think
snooze fest.
I want to see how Locke bounces back, but that's it really from that game with Stafford out and the Lions are out of contention. Both teams are out of the playoffs. So yeah,
consolation
I just want to see
bracket.
Locke, whether he bounces back.
Raiders at Chargers.
Also a snooze fest. They're both out.
I like how the Raiders are going to walk into a stadium that's not theirs and get less booze.
Oh, for sure. They're going to dominate that stadium. The Chargers are in such a bad spot. They play at some fucking club soccer stadium. How'd the NFL let that happen?
Yeah, dude.
They must have sweetened that fucking pot for the Spanos family.
They're over here walking. They're over here rocking on the fucking Pop Warner field and shit. I don't understand it. Jaguars, Falcons.
I think my high school football stadium held more people than their fucking stadium, and they're a professional team. And I played in a high school of like 90 people. Crazy.
Unreal. I don't know.
Anyway.
It's fucking piss poor. So Jaguars, Falcons. All right. So we got Minshew back. Falcons, who were just coming off of a big win against the Niners. Shout out my boy Hickmo.
They have no motivation against the Jaguars, though. They don't have anybody to knock out of a playoff spot or out of the division lead.
Billy Carpenter says, Matthew Mutterman says Jimmy G over Cousins.
If I'm building a team, maybe, because he's younger, but not fantasy.
So Billy Carpenter says, however, I do love Eckler. Sounds like he's got him on his fantasy team.
Oh, yeah, probably. No, he probably carried him to a championship.
Kids the truth. Kids the truth. I have he also says Falcons fan, Jags are probably still going to take it. So
the Falcons aren't motivated this week.
I would normally say that, but why should they have been motivated to take down the Saints? And they still fucking did it. And then the Niners.
For a mustache ride. Give me Gardner Minshew.
Dude. Okay. You can't not like Minshew. And Hickmo said it. I do like Minshew too.
Love the guy.
Billy Carpenter says, I have no faith in Matt Ryan.
He shouldn't.
Shouldn't. You can't.
I have nothing else to say. He just shouldn't.
I mean, it's no different than why I have no faith in fucking Dak Prescott. I just don't.
Yeah.
It's not that the ability isn't there. I think that Dak Prescott could very well be an excellent quarterback. He just fucking doesn't. It's not a can't. It's just a won't.
Yeah.
Motherfucker can't get right. And that's a coaching problem. So
stays fucked up.
Billy Carpenter, who doesn't love Uncle Rico? That is fucking a right, my man. Who
You want to see
doesn't love
Gardner throw the football over them there mountains?
touching grass on the other side?
Yeah, I love me some Gardner Minshew. I think he's got some real potential in Jacksonville as the future. Foles is unfortunately gonna get saddled by an injury and ending up in a system that he really wasn't built for. We talked about it with Andy earlier in the year about the difference between him and Philly and him and Jacksonville. So I think Nick Foles is going to end up kind of on the outside looking in, but not really, in my opinion, not really his fault.
So let's see. We got more. Hickmo says Matty Ice is boom or huge bust. Exactly. And I was saying that about Dak Prescott as well. It's kind of the problem is that they're too inconsistent to really stay there.
Yep.
Let's see. Billy Carpenter. They call him Matty Ice because he's always ice cold. Never warms up. Never gets good.
Spoken like a true pissed off fan.
Dude, it's fucking like a true pissed off fucking Atlanta fan. Fuck yeah, Billy Carpenter.
Mm-hmm.
Story. Let's see. Let's hold on. How many teams we got? We got all of them to talk about. All right. Let's keep moving. I do have a funny story about me and old Billy boy. Ravens and Browns. I'm interested to see this game.
This one's in Cleveland, right?
Yeah, it is in Cleveland, so that'll be interesting.
There's some
Matthew
motivation there.
Mutterman.
Cleveland already beat them once too. One of the other two teams.
And that's
What's
why
crazy is the Ravens are on a 10-game win streak, and the two teams they've lost to are bad. It's Cleveland and another like not good team.
Yeah.
I can't remember who it is off the top of my head, but
yeah, me neither. I'm not even interested, honestly, at this point.
But, yeah, move on. Ravens are gonna smoke them.
Yeah, let's hope so. Matthew Mutterman, is Dalvin Cook gonna play this weekend?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
I'll respond in case he's not watching. All right, Panthers Colts, another toilet bowl at this point. Unfortunately, Yep. Whatever. All right. Oh, speaking of toilet bowls, Bengals Dolphins. Yikes.
The only implication that game has is in the draft, obviously, but like right now there's a tie between the Dolphins, Giants, and Redskins at 3-11 now. And right now the Dolphins are picking like behind the Redskins or ahead of the Redskins, and like that's the only thing this game matters is if the Dolphins beat the Bengals, it shifts everything for like the Giants and the Redskins.
Yeah, so there's some possible momentum shifts there. Billy Carpenter says, my favorite part isn't Lamar. My favorite part is how excited Ingram is about him. And so I responded to that comment by saying, I want someone to look at me the way Ingram looks at Lamar.
I was just about to say something silly. I need to find me somebody who looks at me like Mark Ingram looks at Lamar. That dude is in love with Lamar. It's awesome to see because they have such good chemistry on offense.
I watch the chemistry between those two and feel underappreciated.
Yeah.
Red Rocket versus Fitzmagic, haha, game of the year. Hickmo. Yeah, fucking it's gonna be like watching
great.
Like paint dry, but like in cold weather, so it takes longer.
Yeah.
Billy Carpenter, the Bengals just need to lose every game, secure that first pick. I think they pretty much have at this point. They've only won one.
The only problem they would have is if they beat the Dolphins and then win in week 17. It would come down to like schedule strength against the Dolphins, and they might actually because of the Ravens being in their division, and I think a couple of out of division games, they might actually end up with the second pick overall, which would be insane.
Right. So next, let's see, Steelers Jets at MetLife. So whatever, we'll move on.
Interest.
Saints Titans. So this is the same Titans team that beat the Kansas City Chiefs. Okay. And this is the same Saints team that lost to the Falcons. So
Yep.
anything's kind of up for grabs. Tannehill, we talked about him earlier, definitely kind of getting into his groove. If you guys are still watching, feel free to tune in and chime in on what your opinions are on that as we move on. Giants, Redskins.
It's in Tennessee too, though, right?
It is. It's in
So
Nashville.
that's
trouble.
That's a dangerous game for the Saints because they are an indoor team. Tennessee's
Getting
has
cold.
the potential to get cold, and yeah, I mean it could be a game that could decide the seeding in the NFC. Right now, the Saints are tied. The first time in history, 4 teams are 11-3 and tied atop the NFC, and the Saints are vying for home field advantage. And
Titans
if they lose to
Hickma says Titans are red hot right now.
They won a bunch leading up to that Texans game, and
I'll say they're heating up.
The Texans. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I will definitely agree that they're heating up.
I think the Saints are going to take it though.
Yeah, I mean, Breeze is on one right now, and he's got all the threats, all of them. He is spreading the ball. He's got comfort, and not only in the pocket, but his ability to roll out. You can't beat it.
Yeah,
Cowboys, Eagles. Okay, let's
the one. Let's
fly through. Yeah, okay. Cardinals, Seahawks. What the fuck ever. Seahawks. All right. Chiefs, Bears. Okay, Chiefs. Packers, Vikings. That's another good one. NFC North showdown. We were just talking about them earlier.
That one's in Minnesota,
right? Yes, I believe so. Yep, okay. In Minnesota, US Bank Stadium.
That could be really interesting.
I'm gonna say Vikings. Billy says Breeze is the GOAT, going Saints. Hickmo says hoping Titans for my seeding purposes, and then Billy says
always a loyalist.
That's right. You got to look out for number one. God damn it, there ain't a damn thing wrong with it. Billy says,
but it might not even matter because they might not win their division.
Breeze went 29 for 30.
96.7% completion percentage, highest in history. Fucking
looks like my forearm, but this is an accurate portrayal of his dick.
I think the ball that was an incomplete pass actually hit the receiver's hands.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it counted as a drop, but it was a tough catch. But I think he got hands on it.
He did, and they called it an incompletion. I mean, because it was, but it still counted against his. I mean, realistically, the dude should have fucking caught that.
30 for fucking 30. Imagine that,
dude. Big dick energy in the Houdat Nation.
That's baby arm holding an apple.
Oh, dude. Don't. So Hickmo says, "Don't say that, Gary." LOL. We winning the division.
I mean. Yeah, I mean you need to win the division for that to matter at all for seeding for sure.
I think that if the 49ers do not win the division, the
trouble's going to be is the game they have left against the Seahawks is in Seattle.
Yeah, and I don't
They're
know if you know
really
this,
regret the issues with their kicker.
The fucking home of the 12th man is a very difficult fucking stadium to win. It's so incredibly
especially
loud.
with the division on the line. That place is going to be fucking hype.
That place is going to be fucking litty 5,000. Mm-hmm. Hickmo says we got to win out. I agree.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right. So Packers, Vikings. I'm going to go Vikings on this. Who are you going?
I'm going to go Packers.
Okay. Dalvin Cooks is still out, so I get it.
I'm going to go Packers, but I think it's going to be a surprisingly high scoring game. I think it's going to be like
I don't think it's really surprising at all. And the reason I say that is purely because I do think that it is kind of I mean, they're both, contrary to Mutterman's belief, they're both incredible quarterbacks. They're both fully capable, and despite how well the Green Bay defense has been playing, I don't really think you can justifiably say that it's going to be a clear-cut victory for either team.
No, I think it's going to be a tight game. I think the Packers are going to have a better run game this weekend, and I think that's going to make the difference. The fact that Dalvin Cook's going to be out is going to be tough because Green Bay's defense has been a little bit susceptible to getting gashed by good run games, and I don't know if Madison really threatens a defense. He certainly doesn't threaten a defense the way Dalvin Cook does, but I don't think he really threatens a defense. So I think the difference is going to be the Packers' ability to run the ball.
That's fair. I definitely agree with that. So, last matchup, and that's going to be the Cowboys-Eagles. This is gonna be the proper toilet bowl, possibly the NFC East on the line here, depending on who wins. If the Cowboys win,
it's over.
It's over. If the Eagles win, Dallas still has a chance, and that chance is going to be
Eagles lost and they win.
Right, but I'm trying to
17.
think of who do they have to beat though?
So the Eagles play the Giants in week 17 and the Cowboys play the Redskins.
Oh. Yeah.
So I'm going to be honest, I hope, despite the pick I'm about to make, I hope that the Eagles win and the Redskins have a chance to knock the Cowboys out, just for my own fucking satisfaction.
You had me until
I don't think they will, but if they have a chance.
I hope just for the sake of trying to step down to the level of Eagles fans. And this game is going to be in Philly, right? Yes. So I hope with the most sincerest fibers of my being, I hope that Lincoln Financial.
Oh boy, we're about to get dark.
Tomorrow, just mid-practice crumbles.
Don't do that. Don't do that. You don't actually wish that.
No, I hope no one gets hurt.
Okay.
I didn't say the field crumbled, the stadium around them.
Nobody gets hurt.
But I hope they get trapped.
I hope that the Dark Knight Rises style.
I hope that the plumbers local 410 union out there gets fucking starched again by their own fucking teammate with the Philadelphia 76ers.
Shout out to Mike Scott for dropping bombs.
Mike Scott fucking handing out that work tax free. Everyone. He had a 2-for-1 special on these hands. Hickmo WB says, love it. Terry McLaurin is a beast. Billy Carpenter says, I always look forward to Sunday so I can see Gary's angry posts about the Redskins. And Facebook. So I have been saying this and I fucking mean it. Hickmo says me too. So I've been saying this shit. You need to get on video and live these rants, just because even if they're quick, like 5 minutes, if you catch it, you catch it. If you don't, you don't. And Billy and Hickmo, if you guys are watching this, Mutterman, if you're still watching it, please back me up here. You've got to do that because, look, that's like one of my favorite things you do and have done, even before you and I started this podcast, is just sitting there talking about just your fucking rants are gold. Absolutely.
I had a good one this weekend. I had a good one. I was going in on the refs. I was going in on the dudes behind the microphones on TV.
Whoa,
I was going in on the NFL.
That's a 2-person vote. Hickmo and Billy says yes, live rants. There it is. It's official. It is.
I gotta get somebody else to record me though.
Why?
It's because it's a passion of the moment thing.
Selfie mode, my guy.
Yeah, but then I gotta like get my camera out, and then I lose
old.
the enthusiasm of it.
Phone out, you twat.
Well, I gotta open my camera.
Oh my god, is that difficult for you? Are you that?
Yeah, but I'm
old?
just saying, it's a victim of the moment thing. Like then I gotta open it, and it's like when you're training on deadly force, right? You talk about taking a moment to assess the situation. You give yourself a moment to calm down. Like that's my thing. Like if I've got a moment to open my fucking Facebook app and go live, and then I'm in it and I'm like I'm forcing it. So I need like my wife to record me or something when I'm fucking losing my mind in the middle of a rant. That shit would go viral as fuck. The one this weekend would have gone viral as fuck because I called out Mike Pereira. Or not Mike Pereira, Gene Steratore for the fact that he shouldn't have a fucking job on TV because he's useless.
Gang shit.
I called out Al Riveron for not knowing how to fucking officiate his own goddamn game in the replay booth. I called out fucking both dudes behind the microphone, whoever was fucking commentating the game.
Gang
they
shit.
Shouldn't have a fucking job. I believe it was Chris Spielman and fucking I forget the other guy, but fuck both of them dudes because they don't know what pass interference is. I was losing it, man. My mom was sitting on the couch. I think she was expecting like mortar shells to start flying.
Billy has provided an excellent point. The Redskins could be winning, and I always think they're losing, thanks to Gary.
Goddamn right.
Now, next comment he makes, which is also fucking gold, but you still have to open Facebook and start typing. The amount of time that it takes you to type that, you could have very easily gone on your phone.
That's a good point.
Look, this is my lock screen.
Okay.
This is how easy the camera is. Shazam.
That's a good point.
Or you unlock, you go to Facebook live, and then that's it. Voila, you're done. Look at that. Boom. I'm ready to go live.
All right. I'm gonna try to capture some of these.
Dubulator 30, and I don't know who that is. You guys,
I'm not sure who that is.
I don't know who that is.
Name.
Yeah, if you have like a real name other than Dubulator 30, I mean, if that's what you're into, do you, boo boo? But Super Bowl, it says Super Bowl. That is all.
That's a Bills Mafia guy. That's a Bills Mafia dude. He's from upstate New York. I've narrowed it down to a few.
He said his name is Cody.
Cody White. Yes, I talked about you before we went live, Cody.
Oh, we were just talking about you.
Gotta watch the episode. I brought him up. I brought him up. The Andy Dalton guy.
Fucking Cody.
Okay. Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
Nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills.
That's true. That is 100% true. And that's why I fuck with the Bills organization. However, Cody, I want you to know this right now. I fucks with the Bills. I do. Yeah, you guys crash through tables like none other. Josh Allen, true talent.
No table is safe.
No table is safe. Even if there's a fire or a fucking bear, there is no table that is safe. Hickmo says loves Bills Mafia, as you should. Hickmo. Billy, if you don't love Hills or Bills Mafia, fucking get right. Dubulator, Cody, I'm gonna tell you right now. Oh, Billy says. I should
have known that with 30. Cody's
Billy says Oklahoma circles the wagons real good. No, they don't.
They tip over, motherfucker.
Well played, sir. Well played, Billy.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, Cody. I'm going to tell you like this. I'm going to tell you just like I tell the Cowboys fans. They get like this. No, you're fucking not, dude. But I love the enthusiasm. You're really,
gotta love the enthusiasm.
I love the enthusiasm. I support it. I fucks with it. But like, I'll tell you in Spanish too. No. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I wish you were right. I do, because I'm down. If the Cowboys have to end the rest of their season on a bad note, which they'll do that plenty well on their own, and every team in the NFL just fucking moves to the side and the Bills get a Super Bowl, bro, I'm fucking with that, because I'll crash through a table. You heard it here right now, and it's on live and it's on recorded right now, and I'm going to fucking edit and post this episode later. I am telling you right now, if the fucking Bills win the Super Bowl, I will light a table on fire and fucking crash through it. Cody, that's on gang. That's on everything I love.
We're going through a table.
I'm going through a fucking table. But you know what? I'm not. So. Dubulator 30 or Cody. I got to get used to that. Give us half a decent offense and we got a shot. Coaching is there. Defense is there. Running back is there. We just need a play caller and a receiver.
That's what I was just talking to him about, actually.
Yep, 100%.
That's what I mentioned earlier as I talked to Cody about needing a wide receiver. You need a guy that can win a 50-50 ball, a guy that Allen can hit his third, fifth, or seventh step and know that he's got a guy that can be open and can get him a first down, for sure. I think that's the biggest difference with the Bills right now.
Yeah, agreed. So Cody says, Cody, refer back to the rest of our episode once we're done recording here. We are almost done. I think we've been recording for over an hour and a half now.
Yeah.
But with that being said,
this live stuff is great though. The interaction.
Yeah, we're gonna continue doing this. Man. I'm gonna figure out a way to unfuck it so we can do it on Facebook, so it's easier for you guys. And if I can stream on both platforms, I'll definitely try to. Hickmo says Bills may get there, but just like all the others, they're gonna lose
to the 49ers. That's what Hickmo's saying.
Well, I don't. To be fair though, Hickmo,
I have to applaud his loyalty.
Hickma, I fuck with your loyalty. Cody, I fuck with your loyalty. But you're both wrong. Like neither one of those teams are gonna win a Super Bowl this year. Bills Mafia. Billy says Bills Mafia is like civilized Raiders fan, possibly more crazy and definitely higher in alcohol consumption. So here's what I have to say.
That alcohol consumption at Ralph Wilson is fucking unmatched across the NFL.
Newborn children are given fucking ultras out there just because it's the lower level. It's the water.
Yeah.
That's the entry level.
Yeah. You got to introduce them to it slowly.
So to kind of add on to what Billy said, I agree. Civilized Raiders fans, but I feel like they're just like the perfect balance. They have the
crazy and sophistication.
It's Oakland, Philly. You know what I mean? They're not assholes, but they're fucking dedicated, psychotic, and will fight you.
For sure.
You know, and I fuck with that. Hickmo says, hopefully so. I meant the Bills lose Super Bowls. That's what they do.
Oh, low blow.
Listen,
there was a joke in the 90s. Bills is boy.
Cody, you better fucking
Super Bowls.
Cody, you better not let your fucking team get spoken to like that. All right,
get him.
And that's on that Bills Mafia shit. The true red, white, and blue. Yeah. So, Billy says 23-ounce child, 24-ounce beer. Perfect. That's called double fisting, my guy.
Goddamn right.
Fuck's sake. I fuck with that.
23-ounce child. Can you imagine how small that child would be? It's like a pound and a half.
You just have, Billy, you have no concept of a child.
The child is a beer can.
Fucking 23-ounce child. So, a micro preemie.
Oh, that's so good. Oh, fuck.
And the fucking Bosa mates were the dumb ones.
Right.
God damn it, Billy. Loyalty's still been there.
Those Gunners mates definitely drag those knuckles.
Cody White. I gotta figure out who you are. He says loyalty's still been there at 10-4 or 4-10. I'm always believing.
Oh,
you're winning it all.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a passionate dude. Passionate.
Cody, I'm gonna tell you like this, brother. It's a beautiful thing about living in this country. Dreams are free. So so I think I'm gonna we're at an hour and 40 minutes, so I'll wait about a minute or two to take any last remaining questions, opinions, shit talking, whatever, and then we were gonna call it. I will tell you this: I
like this live.
We have to do this every episode.
Shit is awesome.
And so I think for us, for the most part, it works out. Cody says, "Oh boy, a couple Navy boys too." Yeah, tread lightly, motherfucker. Billy says, every time I pull out a hammer,
there's 5 Navy people right now. Actually, Cody was Navy.
Oh, Hickman, Cody was Navy too. Never mind.
Hickman was Navy. I served with him at the War College, and then you and Billy were on the car.
Mutterman, yeah.
Oh yeah, we had Mud earlier too. That's 6.
We had Mud earlier, so that was not bad.
Yeah, we had half dozen.
Airman White, you were brown shoe Navy. Get all the fucking way out of here, boy. All right, nah, son. I ain't gonna listen to no fucking Airedale trying to tell me shit, boy. Get out of here. Billy says every time I pull out a hammer, I get a wild look in my eye and scream, "Let me sing you this song of my people." Fucking needle gun, boy. Get it done.
Oh shit.
Oh, Billy says, I still want to know this story Raul has about me. So,
we got to hear this.
So we report in starboard watch. Actually, since everyone in here is Navy, they're all going to get the references. So we report in starboard watch sections in port. So that means we had watch every other day.
Fucking all the time.
So one night we were getting underway and Liberty expired instead of like 7 a.m. the day of. It expired at 2200 the night before. And so First division, being fucking first division, here we are, painting, needle gunning, playing people the song of our people. And it's 7 o'clock. and we still have not gotten off the boat. I'm now not going to have enough time to go home and tell my wife goodbye. So what do? I have enough time to go to the package store with Mr. Billy Carpenter and Travis Gardner and one other person. I think it was Reyes. And we go and we pick up a handle of Sailor Jerry, a 12-pack of Dr. Pepper, and in under 2 hours, we kill the handle and we get back on the ship. Here's the best part. We make it to 2200 muster. We leave at like 6 a.m. the next day. And guess who's the master? Oh, it's Hines, Chris Hines. So, and guess who's the master helmsman and has to drive the ship out of port? And I'm seeing triple, my guy. You could fucking distill my blood. That's how fucking hammered I was. We went shot for shot and we killed that handle. I'm not kidding. And Billy, correct me if I'm wrong here. We killed that handle in 30 minutes.
That's wild. That's fucking wild.
Got on the boat and I drove the ship out of port less than 8 hours later. And I was fucking splammerated. My wife was so pissed at me for not only not going home, she was pissed at the situation, but the fact that I
smashed instead of going home.
Getting fucking blackout drunk. I had to stick it to them, man. Had to happen. Yeah. But that is one of my favorite memories with Mr. Billy Carpenter is getting fucking shithouse drunk the night before. Let's see. Cody says, recovered a few F-18s myself, still wasted off the jack. Not my smartest choice in life. Yeah, man.
Fucking around with aircraft while hammered, huh?
Yeah, that's right, dude. Billy says, we killed that handle real fast, 45 to an hour tops. And we did the Wayne's World scene with Bohemian Rhapsody. We did. Fuck yeah. I see a little silhouette of a man. Fuck yeah. That's what I'm talking about. See, it's good to reminisce sometimes. Yeah. How about that? So a couple things coming up. So the holidays are going to be tough. We will
do our best.
We will absolutely do our best. Likely, we will probably not be able to get any episodes in between the holidays. I'm going to be in Florida. If I can make it happen, I will do my absolute best. But I will tell you this, that based off of how the kind of feedback we're already getting with only having really 2 or 3 people in this chat, I'm with this. So I'm definitely down to continue doing the lives. I will, if you guys prefer to do it on Facebook, I would prefer to do it on Facebook because I feel like we have a much bigger following. We have 19 subscribers on YouTube because we're not really active on it. And we have north of 700 on Facebook. So if I can get that going, I would love for you guys to join us. And we're going to try, typically we do record every Wednesday at about 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern. So if that works for you guys, we will continue to do so because I want to take this Q&A. It makes the episodes more fun for us.
Yeah, great.
And I'm sure you guys probably like interacting. Billy says, digging the live stuff, either one is fine. Okay, so I will make sure that even if Hickmo says, I'll stop by either way. Thanks, brother. Awesome. Either way, we'll be sure to put out links, whether we're on YouTube, on Facebook. So I do appreciate you guys tuning in. This was fucking fun, dude. And if we do not get a chance to talk to you guys or post before Christmas, y'all have a Merry Christmas. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, fucking
happy
celebrate.
Holidays.
Happy whatever you celebrate. And if you don't celebrate, fucking enjoy your whole. Anyways, all kinds of crazy shit going on. We got the new year. We got football. We got college football. We got an LSU guy winning the Heisman, second time in college history. Lots of crazy shit going on in sports world. So I appreciate you guys. And with that being said, this will be the end of episode 33. Backyard Blitz brought to you by Backyard Sports. I'm Raul Herrera I got Gary Freeze with me. We're fucking out.